Hey Facebook, I don't like the way that this is facing. I'm going to switch it a little bit. I think it's Tuesday. We are in like the home stretch of the end of the school year here with our kids. So it has been crazy. There has been field trips and treats to take in and gifts and kindergarten graduation and concerts. And it's like a race to the end with so many activities and extra things to remember every day. So that's why I've been a little bit MIA, but this is Melissa Rolfs. And I wanted to come on here today and just kind of do an update and ask a question and share a little bit of a story or an experience that I've had lately and just put it out there. So I think some of you know that I recently started courses with the Health Coach Institute, and those started last week, and they're awesome and I'm loving them, and the content is great and it's just really great information. And so I'm digging into that and just really thankful to be a part of that community and what I'm learning and where that's going to take me down the road and what God has. And so I guess it's kind of made me reevaluate my role. Who am I giving advice to? Where is the advice coming from? And I wanted to share a little bit of a story, and I think this will hopefully help it make sense a little bit more for you with where I'm going. But there is someone who I absolutely admire from afar. I respect her. I feel like I know her. I follow her on social media. I've taken some of her courses, and she's a pretty well-known person in this industry that I have followed her in. And recently she did some new information that she released where she interviewed several doctors and holistic doctors and just various different medical people and shared some theories that maybe she hadn't necessarily followed before and that she hadn't taught because she didn't know about them. And it was interesting to me that I have known her and I have just followed her advice and I've trusted what she said because I feel like I've known her. And so for her to be bold and brave enough to say, hey, I don't necessarily know that what I was sharing is necessarily the best information, and taking the time to kind of reevaluate and reprocess and share new information based on this new learning that she's done just kind of opened my eyes. And it kind of made me wonder, whose advice are we listening to, and what are their credentials? What is their credibility? Just because something works for one person doesn't mean it's necessarily going to work for another. And so I think it's just important, again, like I say with the Bible, we need to keep it in context. And so if you're listening to someone and you're heeding their advice, I would encourage you to do some verification on their research and see if what they're saying lines up with other things that you're reading and other experts in that field. And yes, I know with the world of Google and with the various ways to access information, there is an overload of information, let's just be honest. But if you can really focus in on one or two key people that you trust, their information, their research, their data seems solid, and kind of use them as your, I guess, compass, your focus point, and kind of work off of that, I think it will save a lot of trouble. And I think it could save some people from trying some things that maybe aren't beneficial for them. And I think as I thought about this, it's important to just check the source and the validity of the information that you're getting. And it's okay to cross-reference and double check and just make sure it's legit. And that not only goes with topics such as parenting or sleeping or fitness and nutrition or various things, but also with the word. I mean, there are some people out there who the Bible calls false prophets. And so just make sure that if you're in a church environment or you're in any sort of faith environment, that what is being preached and taught is in line with the Word of God, because we certainly don't want to be led astray. And so I guess that just was an interesting experience for me to go through with this person I mentioned, to kind of step back and reevaluate, who am I listening to? Whose advice am I taking? And am I blindly following them because they seem to have knowledge? Or do they really have some clout behind their name? And so I guess that's my encouragement for you today. It's a word that's kind of been in my heart and on my mind for a while. I just haven't really had the space or the time to come live with it. So I'm doing that today. I'm going to come on tomorrow. I know that Memorial Day is this weekend, so there's probably going to be a lot of barbecues and cookouts, and I'm going to talk about clean condiments because that's an area too where we can get a lot of chemicals and a lot of junk in our bodies and we might not be aware of. So tune in tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. I've got some calls in the morning, but probably early afternoon I'll come on live and talk about clean condiments. But after that, I don't know what it's going to look like because my kids will be home for summer and I really want to focus on them and just be present with them and not be worried about posting and going live. And I'm not going to go MIA, but it's going to look a little different this summer, and I think that it should because those are my priorities and I want to live a life in alignment with that. So I hope that what I've said makes sense. If you guys have questions, let me know if it would be helpful to hear maybe of some resources or some people that I trust and their background. I'm happy to pass those on to you because I know it can be overwhelming with just all of the information out there. We have Dr. Google for everything, of course, and just make sure that what you're taking in is credible. So I'm actually excited too. This is random, but I am coming to you from my office. We redecorated it, we painted it, and put up some new pictures. So it's super exciting that I'm in my office now. I've got a door that's shut, so the cat won't come in like she did in the dining room. And I'm excited. I'm more excited about the front of the wall that I'm looking at, though. I'm going to try to not mess this up and show you guys the front because I think it's super, super duper cute. So let me flip this around and hopefully you can see this little saying, which I love. And then I've got my anchor. And then I've got this that says, gratitude changes everything. And that is so true. So thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope that this made sense. If you have questions, if you need anything else, let me know. But have a good day. We'll talk to you later.